want you guys to fail. Fail fast, get it over with, it'll take the fear out of it for you, and then you can go forward. Because if you don't let go, if you keep control of it, it is going to trap you in this current life you're living. It's not about the money, it's about the freedom and the choices the money gives you. You're going to do what it takes so you can go into 2026 in a better position than you've ever been in before. When I was putting together these slides, I wanted to think about what would help you most over the next 4 months. You see, people think we've got a lot of time, and we haven't. And one of the things that I see all the time with students in our academy is we don't do enough. We sort of wait, oh, that can wait a few days, that can wait next week, that can wait next month. We've got 4 months until we go into a brand new year. 4 months, that's it. But you guys can do incredible things in 4 months. So what I want today to be about is for each and every one of you to think about what you'd like to do in the next 4 months. How can you make it so you go into 2026 in a different financial position? Would that be okay, guys? Because all of you could just get one deal in the next 4 months that could change the game for you. You could deal source, you could raise joint venture finance. And I know the students that give it their all, they do stuff every single day, and it doesn't have to be a lot every day. 10, 15 minutes, half an hour, but the guys that take the action, they're the ones that create their freedom. It's not about the money. It's about the freedom and the choices the money gives you. So I want you guys to commit right now, before I go any further, that you're going to take the next 4 months and you're going to make it your best yet. You're going to do what it takes so you can go into 2026 in a better position than you've ever been in before. Are you ready with me? Thank you. So I wanted to show you, we did a student survey in July, so thank you so much for those guys taking part. And I was really impressed about what our students have been up to. So combined, those that filled in the survey have got a £1.7 billion portfolio with us all, which I thought was exciting. The average value per student, because people were telling us what their portfolios were worth, $660,000. Our students have raised 88 million since the start of the year. 88 million. Students on average raising roughly around £200,000 to get started. And those deal sources out there, give me a wave if you're a deal sourcer today. Hey, do you see that, guys? If you're lacking deals, these are the people you need to go to. On averaging, they're selling 3 deals a month, which is amazing, isn't it? So if these guys can do it, I'm going to challenge you today what you can do in the next 4 months. So 2025 is nearly gone. But hasn't the year gone fast? It really has, hasn't it? And you blink, time will go. The difference between people who are successful and people who aren't is what they do with that time. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, don't we? Nobody gets any more. We all have the same. It's what we do with it that counts. So I'm going to tell you a few things to help you get started over the next 4 months. So I want you to go in over the next 4 months, and I'm going to give you a few tips this morning that are going to help you fast track. Because who's been there thinking they want to do something, then the week goes and you've not done it? It is your mind and your mindset that will stop you doing things. And you'll procrastinate, you'll overthink. And normally we busy ourselves with stuff that's in our comfort zone, don't we? Stuff that we know how to do. We distract ourselves. But if you truly want to build wealth, we need to harness the mind. This is my newest commercial deal. I finally completed about a week ago, which I'm really, really excited about. It's a shop on the bottom and 6 studio apartments on top. Now, I got the keys to this, and already this is making, after my commercial mortgage and stuff, 24 grand net profit from this one deal in a year. What I'm going to do with it is I'm going to take it up to making £48,000 net profit. This deal took me 4 months, guys. So I wanted to show you this to say, you could do one of these, sort out how to fund it, sort out how to manage it. I do need to go in and do some refurb and get the builders in, but 4 months to make 48 grand. Who likes the idea of commercial? Yeah? Oh, that's good. That was most of you. Great news. Who would like the idea of doing just one commercial property in the next 4 months to make the money? Yeah. Every single property I've ever bought is for a reason. And I learnt this a long time ago, and I'm hoping this will help you guys. I buy properties to fund whatever in my life I want to fund. So years and years ago, it was because I kept getting into debt. So every single month, I was on my own with my kids, and I was adding £300 debt every month. And I was looking at my kids thinking, there's only one way this is going to go, isn't it? I'm working all the hours, I'm exhausted, I'm not seeing my 2 kids, and I'll end up bankrupt of all this debt I was getting up. So my very first property was to replace that £300 a month. I mean, I did more than that. It was a rent-to-rent that I came and did, and that sorted that out. And then I wanted to go to the next level. And the next thing I wanted to do was take my kids on holiday. And I wanted to take them all-inclusive to Spain, because I was a single mum. I didn't want them to have a stigma of being brought up in a single-parent home. So I thought, I want to take them away on holiday. Really important. We'd had a very rough time with the divorce. So I deal-sourced. Deal-sourced made £3,000, took them on holiday. So recently, my eldest, Thomas, we sent him to private school, which is really exciting. And I have wanted to do this for so long, not for the better education, because I don't believe private school gives you any better than normal, but the network. Private school gives you a network, and I want Thomas to have the best network he can in life, and go on and do what he's going to do. So the challenge is funding private school, because I have got 2 kids, and that's going to be £40,000 a year. This commercial came along. This is going to make $48,000 and fund private school for my 2 kids over the next 10 years. So I want you to think about, and I want you to write this down as we're going through today. What one thing would you like to go after now? Don't think massive. Don't think you're going to be driving around in, Ferraris. Keep it. What one thing would make a world of difference in your life? And imagine if you could do that and get that money before the end of December, before 2026. I want you to really think about what one thing you would love. Would you like to just go on holiday in January and go to the sunshine? I don't know what it is for you, but I want you to think about it. I want you to think about how much you need, and then I want you to make a plan in the next 4 months to do it. That's the thing that got me out of bed every day, that got me putting in the extra hours when I worked full time. And I had the kids who were under 5 at the time. I had a 2.5-year-old. She was hard work. But honestly, that's the thing that got me going, thinking this one thing's next. So after I'd done the deal source, made £3,000 and took the kids on holiday, I sat down and I thought, me and the kids really need our own house. We were in rented, and the rented accommodation wasn't the best, and I think that's why I've gone on. And one of the things I want to do is be the best landlady I can be for my tenants. But then I said, right, me and the kids, we need our own home. How much is it going to cost to get our own home? And that's when I did my first flip. And you guys all know, I went to my dentist for a teeth clean, ended up with 200,000, went and did my first flip and made 72 grand. So I'm a big believer in linking what you want in your life and then allowing property to be the vehicle to get you there. And each of my properties, I can go back now over the last 8 years and go, I bought that one because of that one. I bought one for my hair extensions, which Paul always thinks is hilarious. Honestly, hair extensions are expensive. And I was like, right, because what do rich people do? Rich people live off their passive income, don't they? They don't work for money. They have assets that work for them. So I want you to just play that backwards. What do you want in your life? What's it going to take to get it? Is it an asset? Is it quick cash? Because you might want to go somewhere great for New Year, or you might want to have the best Christmas you've ever had. And that could be just deal source in one deal, couldn't it? I've got 2 big tips for you to make the most of the next 4 months, because we don't have a lot of time. But you guys that put your foot down and make the most of it, you're going to have an amazing 2026. My first tip is, I want you to fail. I've failed so much in property. Me and Gordy laugh. We could sit and we could write a book of every single thing we've got wrong. You name it, I've done it. I've upset builders. I've upset vendors. We've lost money. We've done it all. And I think that's why I'm so confident today to fail, because I know the failure's never properly taken you out, because it doesn't. What does failure do? It helps you learn, doesn't it? So every time I've failed, me and Gordy have then gone on to do a better deal, a bigger deal, because we've learned. And I said to Gordy, we bought a terrible property near a railway line. And me and Gordy will never forget this, because we had joint venture finance for it. So we decided to buy it, but neither of us had actually ever visited the property, and neither of us had done the proper refurb budget. I just went, oh yeah, it's going to be that looking at the photos. Bad idea. Please don't do your refurb budget off the photos. So we bought this property. Then we realised it's going to be double the refurb. Then we realised we're not actually going to make any money. And I think it was Gordy that went, what the F are we doing? Why are we doing this? It's not going to make us any money. And I was like, yeah, you're right. So we sold it at auction. And I think by the skin of our teeth, we might have lost, what, Gordy, 2-3 grand maybe? That was painful. The investor was upset and not happy. And yeah, just trying to get it sold and, But what did that teach us? The next deal we did was our first £1 million deal. And we nailed that one out the park. So I always think every time you fail, take the learning, but know you're failing for a reason. It's perfect you fail. The biggest thing is, Gordy always says to me, has anybody died? No. You look at the stories of people that have done exceptional. Does everyone know about Walt Disney? Walt Disney got told he lacked creative imagination. And you laugh at it today, but for him back then, he could have said, oh yeah, I'm going to give up. And if he'd have given up, we wouldn't have Disney. We wouldn't have all the Disney movies. We wouldn't have everything to do with Disney if he'd have said, yeah, I'm just going to give up. He didn't take that. He decided he was going to use that as his power to go forward. So I want you guys to fail. Fail fast, get it over with. It'll take the fear out of it for you, and then you can go forward. What am I afraid of this year? Well, I went to do a big speech at the Ideal Home Show in London. Now, this was a bit scary, an audience I've not seen before, because normally I teach people how to do property, and it brought back lots of fears for me. And I had to go on stage, and I was with Martin Lewis. So in the morning, I was in my hotel room, and I was ironing my dress. It was actually the same dress as this, but just a different one, but the same colour, the same design. So I was ironing my dress in the morning, and what was I thinking about? I was thinking about, oh my God, what if I got on stage and I fall over? What if I look like a prat? You've got all like it was all the BBC, ITV, all the property professionals there, and then there's little me, and I was starting to build up all this list of reasons of why I was going to muck it up and why I was going to fail. Because I was doing that, I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. So I was ironing my dress and I picked the iron up. Literally, I'd done a hole in the dress. When I picked the iron up, the material was on it. I was like, oh dear. I had 1 hour to get a new dress and to get to the Ideal Home Show in London, which I'm not from London, so trying to find like shops and things. So I had to drag Gia with me. Poor Gia, I rang her, I said, Gia, we've got a problem. My dress has got a hole in it. Gia's like, where, for the head? I'm like, no, Gia, I've been it. Help. So we managed to get the dress, went on stage, it was done. What did that lesson teach me? You need to focus on what you're doing. If I'd have not been panicking and stressing about all the ways it could go wrong, I would have focused. And Paul and Annika always say, because they're big F1 fans, what do the F1 drivers do really, really well? They're not looking at anyone around them, not the other drivers. They are literally focusing on the road ahead and what they can do. So what do we do in property a lot of the time? We think of all the reasons it's going to go wrong. We distract ourselves, don't we, instead of focusing. I spoke to one of you guys this last week, so we were doing one-to-ones, and this lovely lady, and I hope she doesn't mind me saying, she was about to do a flip. She's like, my God, what is this? What is that? What is that? I went, you haven't bought the property yet, love. Can we focus on buying the property? Never mind what's going to go wrong. So that's one of my tips for you over the next 4 months. Focus. Stop worrying about everything that might or might not happen, because it's not happened yet. Focus on what you're doing and take one step at a time. Is that all right, guys? Are we going to focus? Yeah. Amazing. This is a little monkey. And do you know how they trap monkeys? Because monkeys can cause a lot of issue in fields and when they're doing plantations and things. Do you know how they trap them? They hollow out a coconut and they put some sweet-smelling rice inside of it. And the hole's big enough for the monkey to fit his hand in, but when he's got his hand around the rice, he can't get his hand out. And the monkey stays trapped. And the monkey will stay trapped for hours until someone comes and helps the monkey to let go of the rice. But what could the monkey do? The monkey could unleash himself. The monkey could untrap himself by letting go, but the monkey is so unwilling to let go. So he stays trapped. I couldn't believe it when I was being told this. I was like, so the monkey is trapped for hours, but all he has to do is let go and pull his hand out and he could be free. So using this, guys, I'm going to ask you now, what's keeping you trapped? What aren't you letting go of? Is it a limiting belief that you're not letting go of? Are you telling yourself you're not good enough and you're holding on to that belief so tightly? Because that's going to trap you. Are you telling yourself you can't raise money? Come on, I know there's a few people, because I get on the phone with you on one-to-ones, and the first thing you say is, Abby, I can't get an investor. I was like, that's great. Can we let go now and let's get you an investor? But what are you trapping yourself with? I want you to think about that all today. So what do you need to let go of to move forward? Because if you don't let go, if you keep control of it, it is going to trap you in this current life you're living. And you're all here because you want to step forward into your new life, don't you? You want to build wealth and you want to be free. To be free, you've got to let go. And it might be a fear. You won't let go of your fear. You won't let go of your limiting belief. Or maybe for some of you, you're frightened of letting go of your old life and building and growing into someone that you're afraid is going to be different than who you are now. Some of you, it's friends and family. You're frightened of what they might think. I don't know what it is for you, but the biggest help I can give you today to help you smash the next 4 months is work out what is holding you back and let go. You can make that decision in your brain to let go, and you can go forward and smash it. Are we going to let go? Thank you. So give yourself permission to go and smash it, because sometimes it's as little as that. You just need to say, I give myself permission, I'm going to go, and I'm going to make the next 4 months the best, because I want each and every one of you to go into 2026 in a different financial position, a step forward to what your freedom looks like for you. Thank you so much, guys, and I would love you to enjoy Deal Clinic. Yeah. Thank you.